Hey everybody, hope this finds you doing well. This is Danelle from Networkchain. Hope you're having a great start to your 2023. We have a lot of things planned coming up for this year. We're looking forward to you being with us and for us, hopefully, to be able to provide as much information as possible with regards to the cryptocurrency and NFT space. As we all know, it's still continuing to evolve despite being in the bear market right now. We're going to start with the cryptocurrency markets as usual. Let's kick it off with Bitcoin still in that $16,000 range. It seems to just be ranging at 16,000 and it is currently at $16,825, down about 0.23%, so very negligible over the past hour, and over the past week, up approximately 1.28%. Ethereum also ranging in that same area that it was in last week at around $1,200. It's currently at $1,250, and it's up 4%, and that's over the last 7 days as well. And as we can see, some of the other top cryptocurrencies, they also are pretty much for the most part ranging. As you can see, Solana, which has been pretty volatile over the last week or so, it was down to as much as $8 right before the end of the year. And given everything that had been going on with the FTX debacle and subsequent bankruptcy and their affiliations with Solana, it hurt that cryptocurrency, but now it seems to be making a bounce back. As you can see, it's up over 37% over the last 7 days. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about NFTs. We're starting to notice that there is a little bit of interest in the NFT, particularly PFP, which are profile picture projects. Right now, there's a little bit of an uptick in certain collectible projects right now. And so, as we tweeted here, you can see that many of the all time selling NFT projects are only approximately 1 to 1.5 years old, which collections actually survived the first elongated bear market. After a major spike up in sales volume the latter part of 2021, NFTs had a nice run up to May 2022. Since then, volume has ranged lower. So, which generative PFP projects make a comeback and which artists will see their works make a comeback as well? So, we just listed a few of the more popular NFT projects all time. And some of them we listed here that we plan on keeping an eye on. And some of them are actually down over 80% from their all-time highs. So we're very curious to see now that we're in this elongated bear market, and we do believe that there will be a bull market at some point in time in the NFT market. We don't know when, obviously. Same thing with cryptocurrencies, as well as we see what's happening in the equity slash stock market as well. Everything for the most part is on the trend of downward activity. And we've pretty much been like that most of 2022, and NFTs, particularly since May of 2022, you've seen a pretty precipitous drop. So we'll be curious to see if any of these projects bounce back when we get into the next bull market, which could be later this year, middle of this year, next year, who knows? But we'll be curious to see which ones are actually able to survive this current bear market. So you can see here we have World of Women, Yuga Labs ecosystem, which includes Bored Ape Yacht Club, Kennel Club, CryptoPunks now. They have their other side, Land Play, which is going to be their game play. We'll be curious to see what happens there. NBA Top Shot, which was very popular when it first came out, kind of settled in for a while, but it's still doing a lot of a high transaction volume. So we'll be curious to see what they do. Cool Cats is somewhat of a legacy project. They also are about a year and a half years old or so. CyberKongs was a smaller PFP project, one that was not 10,000 like many of the popular projects that came out in 2021 and 2022 were, and did very well for a period of time, but then dropped tremendously. Clone X, that project is affiliated with Nike. They were bought by Nike. Our Clone X is a project from the Artifact team, and Artifact was bought by Nike. Let me clarify that. And then we have Doodles. They have a collaboration with Pharrell, the music artist and producer. So we'll be curious to see what they do. They have a very playful looking vibe. So we'll be curious to see, along with Cool Cats, we'll be curious to see what they're able to do with their IP. And there's a few others. Azuki is more of a anime looking type um, art collection. We'll see how they do. They've been holding up very strong despite some fear and uncertainty and doubt related to one of their founders last year. So we will be keeping an eye on those. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about generative art NFTs. But we want to first take you to the Networkchain YouTube page where you can find videos from us every week where we're giving you updates on what's going on in NFT and cryptocurrency markets, as well as various news stories, and hopefully resourceful tools that can get you through not only this bear market, but you can continue to learn as much as we are with regards to what's happening in the crypto and NFT markets. And we want to learn about as much as we want to learn as much as we can about these emerging markets because we believe that blockchain technology, including NFTs and cryptocurrencies, are the future. So NFTs are going to be more than generative profile picture projects. It's going to be more than generative art projects. As you can see here, our first video was on the first house that was sold as an NFT. So this is just one of the many ways that we'll be able to use and leverage the blockchain technology and non-fungible tokens in being able to basically tokenize anything that we want so we can have access now to things that we used to not be able to have access to, particularly from the venture capital standpoint. You had to be an accredited investor. And now with NFTs, it may present an opportunity for us to be able to invest and have ownership not only of our own property, our own brand, but also of other major brands and real estate and things of that nature. So it'll be very interesting to see how this industry continues to evolve, and we will be there to keep you informed. Going to CryptoSlam, cryptoslam.io is a website that we've talked about many times before, and it gives you just an idea of what's going on with NFT collections and rankings from 24 hours to 7 days to all time. And we mentioned the all time popular projects, so we are going to go here and see what some of the all time projects are. And as we showed in our list on Twitter, a lot of these names are on that all time PFP list. So if you see here, Axie Infinity, which is a NFT based game, as you can see, has done over $4 billion in sales with over 18 million transactions over the last couple of years. Bored Ape Yacht Club, we're not surprised, is also at the top, along with CryptoPunks, Mutant Ape Yacht Club. So this is all Yuga Labs. We have art blocks. We'll talk about those in a minute. They are a generative art piece. Art blocks has a series of different types of generative art pieces that they curate and have done very well, including Fidenzas and Squiggles, amongst many others. We have NBA Top Shot, which we mentioned in our list, Azuki, another one, Clone X, Moonbirds, Doodles. So we'll be very curious. You see Cool Cats here in the top 20, World of Women as well. So we'll be very interested to see how some of these cybercons, how some of these do going into the next bull run. Solana Monkey Business, as you can see here, has done over $193 million, and that's on the Solana blockchain. They are the top selling Solana of all time Solana NFT project. So, as we mentioned in our tweet, the NFT volume, and we're just looking here at OpenSea monthly volume, but they are the largest NFT marketplace. So, it's a good indicator just generally about what's happening in the NFT space. And we can see that it was in January of 2021 that, excuse me, January of 2022 that we had the most sales volume. As you can see, it was on OpenSea, it was over $4 billion worth of sales volume. So that was an incredible spike. And then over time, we started to come down, and then there was a very steep drop from May going into June, and then it continued to go down now that we are here in January. But obviously, we're just at the very beginning of January 2023, so we shall see how well we do. But we wouldn't be surprised if we range down in this area for most of 2023. But NFTs do not always correlate necessarily with the cryptocurrency market. So we'll keep an eye out to see if NFTs actually have their own bull runs, whether it's before the cryptocurrency market or after. We will not know until it happens, but we will definitely keep an eye out on that. Hey everybody, this is Danelle. As I'm doing some back-end editing, I decided to just go ahead and break up this video into two. So this is part one, where we discussed a little bit more about generative profile picture projects. And then on part two, we're going to talk a little bit more about generative art. So please look forward to seeing that video soon after I publish this one. We look forward to working with you, collaborating with you, meeting you, and linking up with you on the Networkchain. In the meantime, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.